So, the dish. Welcome to your next unit. Frying, okay? So, it requires us to fry fish, it requires us to fry meat, it requires us to fry vegetables. It also requires us to do shallow frying and deep frying. Today, we're going to do shallow frying. So deep frying is with deep fryers, like you would see in the Chinese or the chip shop. Shallow frying is with a small amount of oil. Use these pans here. These are the same pans. Have you guys used these before? These ones? Yeah. So they've got a metal handle, yeah? Going to get hot, all right? The actual dish we're doing is a stir-fried vegetables with a chicken schnitzel. Okay? Now, the things you need to know about this is the order you're going to cook the stuff in, alright? So basically how I've got this lined up will be how we're going to cook it, alright? That can go in somewhere around here as well. Obviously the oil is to go in your pan. Do you think you start with a hot pan or a cold pan? Oh, with a cranberry mayonnaise. We're just going to mix a bit of those together for a dressing. Because in the things it says what garnish did you use, what accompaniment did you use. Well, that is the garnish accompaniment. This is your vegetables, so this will cover some knife skills and some veggie cuts. This is obviously purely frying because you're not actually doing anything. It already comes with breadcrumbs on it, yeah? First thing you're going to do, it's really important. It's really important that you get the cuts correct, okay? So, onion first. We all know how to peel an onion now with that little knife, yes? No? Yeah, so you're going to get the little pointy in there. You're going to pull all the brown stuff off. You're probably going to use only half of this size onion. So half a medium onion. We're going to slice it, alright? So you remember the rule about slicing? When we did our vegetable cuts last term? No? Yes? Got to cut the root out. So you're going to remove the root. So it's gone. If you don't remove the root, then it's going to be all stuck together, held together. You're going to cut along the lines. You're going to pinch in your knife. Nothing on your board. Nice and stable. Don't use the red boards for cutting veggies because they're for meat only. You can use the white ones. Rocking your knife backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Flatten it so everything's safe, 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 safe. Okay? So we're going to cook this first. I'm just waiting for my pan to warm up because we need to put it into a reasonably hot pan. Carrot, you're going to put probably half a carrot in. So you do need to peel it. So peeled carrot. We're going to cut that just on an angle. Now, if you want to cut it in half, so it looks more like this, you can do that if you like, alright? So we're cutting it on an angle. Now the carrot will take quite a bit of time to cook. Okay, the carrot will probably take more time than anything else to cook. So we want it quite thin. If you're doing big chunks, it's not going to work. It's going to be too hard to cook in time with the rest of the veggies that's going in there, alright? So I'm just going to fang through my cutting here. I'm just going to bang it all on my tray. We're going to do 2 portions, as always. We'll just go 2 florets, and we'll just cut those in half, so it's like 4. We could actually go a little bit smaller, make them cook a bit quicker. Yeah, go a little bit smaller if you want. Now at this point I've got my pans on, alright? They're getting hot. Because it's cold in here, those pans are probably about -3 degrees when I pick them up. If you've got them on, if they start smoking, what are you going to do? Put water in them? No? Never put water in them because they'll explode. They'll go whoosh and you get a big flame. All you do is you turn it off and you just leave it there and it will cool down. Red capsicum, what's that, about a quarter, a fifth, something like that. Yellow capsicum, likewise. Why do you think I'm using two different coloured capsicums? Make it look pretty. Right, turn that down, and that one off. So we're going to slice these, so we're going to slice them narrow ways, okay? So we'll hold it. Put the skin side down, so when you're rocking through it, your skin is actually getting squashed against the chopping board and your knife. If you do it the other way and your knife isn't that sharp, it will actually, it will just squash it and it makes it really hard to cut. Okay, so capsicums, you can mix those because they're the same. They're the same thing. Mushrooms, just check there's no grit on them. If they are, we polish them, we don't wash them. And we're just going to slice those as well. So everything's getting sliced. Slice, 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 slice. In they go. What else have we got? Does anybody remember the name that we do with cabbage? It's not called sliced, it's called something else. Okay. Chiffonade. Chardonnay. Chardonnay wine. But that's all good. Yeah, you're closer than anyone else. We're going to cut the fat bit out. If you're doing the leaves, remember when you get down to the smaller part of the cabbage, you can actually cut a quarter out of it or something. Just cut a bit out rather than pulling leaves off. Who said that? Roll them. This is going to be chiffonaded, so it's going to be, you roll them up and you slice them nice and fine. I've just got 2 leaves, which is heaps. Cabbage actually goes quite small when it cooks, so it won't end up being like over cabbaged. So rocking the knife backwards and forwards, waste in your waste bin. Yes. How many mushrooms did you do? 2. So that is all my preparation done now, okay? So how am I going to tell this is hot? Huh? Anybody know?
Touch it. Touch it. Stick your finger in the oil.
You don't put your face in it because that hurts too much. You can feel it. I can feel it's hot. I can also see the lines in the oil. The oil sort of gets fingers and moves around, and it also goes thin. All right, so the how do you say that? Viscosity goes thinner. So I'm putting, and it will sizzle. I'm putting my carrots in first, and then I'm going to put my onions in with them. I think I'll put my broccoli in too. So that's carrots, onions, broccoli. Now it's a stir fry, so we're just going to move it around, okay? Don't forget a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. You can use one of these things. I don't know if you've seen them before. I don't know if you've got one. You can use one of these. Seen one of these before? You could just tap your onions, break them up a little bit. Now if this pan, now you've got your veggies in it and it's cooking, if you start to get too hot, okay, and it starts burning and it's not actually cooking, it's just burning rather than actually softening them up. Because the idea is we soften the veggies but we don't actually make them squishy. Is you can put a tiny bit of cold or warm water in there and it'll go psh, and all that is steam, okay? So the water will reduce the temperature of the pan, the steam will actually steam your veggies a little bit and it's all good. And it doesn't taste of anything, obviously because it's water. Right, while that's going, I'm going to start cooking my wok changs. You can put your oven on about 70 degrees if you want, because you're going to need warm plates. Also, if your timing's a little bit out with the dish, if your chicken is ready and your vegetables aren't, or vice versa, you can actually put that in the oven, just hold it, and it'll just keep warm. If you've got it, you only want it about 70 degrees though. If it's too higher than that, it'll just cook it. I'm assuming these are already cooked inside. So, same thing. With these, this is the important part. You want to cook it 2 sides only. So you cook it, so you have your heat the right temperature, and it cooks it. Because once you flick it over, some of the breadcrumbs will come off the first side, and they'll obviously cook really fast. and they'll go black because they'll burn. So if you're going to flick it, you're going to end up with black specks all through it. So you flick it one way, keep your heat on a moderate to low heat, so it's just cooking, getting heat through, and then turn it once, finish it off, present it. Alright, so I'm just going to put a breadcrumb in there, it's sizzling. Presentation side first, so looking at this, you put your best looking side down first. With fat, you lower it from yourself away. Because if you go this way and drop it, it'll splash on you and it might cause you some injury. So always lower your things into fat away from you. And that goes with deep frying as well, particularly deep frying. So deep frying, you're looking at about 180 degrees, so that will remove your skin really, really fast. Same with shallow frying. If you've got it when it's just starting to smoke a little bit, if it splashes on you, it'll actually take your skin off by the time you can wipe it. So be careful. Seasoning. A little bit of that. Right, these are softening up a little bit. I'm just going to give them a little bit of time. We can make our dressing next. We are going to go with another bowl, one little bowl, or a jug. Tablespoons of this beautiful catering Watties.
Question is on, what's the difference between catering mayonnaise and non-catering mayonnaise? They're just the size of the tub.
Bigger container. So 2 tablespoons of mayo, 1 tablespoon of cranberry sauce. Which what that now produces is a cranberry mayo.
Oh.
Cranberry mayo. Right, veggies are going. Let's stick a bit of garlic in there. We're going to go a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. 1/4 teaspoon. What do you need to know?
Where did you put the garlic?
In the vegetables. And then I think I'm going to put my capsicum in. And then I'm going to put my mushroom in at the same time. Then I think I'm going to put my cabbage in at the same time. So it was mushrooms, cabbage, capsicum.
Not much room in that pan now.
Not much room. So you've got fresh veggies in there again. A little bit of a re-season. Now my chicken is on a low heat because the pan was warm. Use a set of tongs if you've got any. Let's go to check it. Ooh, not looking too bad. Now's the time you can be doing your washing up. You can get rid of your stuff because everything's prepared. With the chicken, I just literally looked at it because if it was going really brown, then obviously I'd have to turn it over. Who knows what temperature it needs to be? Centre of that chicken needs to be. Huh?
If it's reheated, like after it's already been cooked, right?
Centre of a chicken needs to be cooked to what?
So you're reheating it.
Yeah, but it's the same. So we need to get it. No, but he's right. So you need your centre of your chicken to be 75. If it's reheating, which it is, because it's not, we can get it to 65, isn't it? Is that right? Does everyone remember that? So guys, when you probe your meat, don't probe it so far through that your probe's on the bottom of your pan. Because that'll tell you how hot the pan is, not how hot your chicken is. Let's try cutting it in half. Warm plates. We go to the middle.
And put it into the stir.
No,
Why not?
because that's not what we're doing.
That'd be cool.
It's not about me.
You can present it, take a photo, then cut it up and put it in.
That's a lot of effort, that. I think to put it all back in the pan and just
Chicken. Chicken.
Oh yeah.
Mayo.
Can you not?
That's it, guys. That is what you're doing next.